Get it going. Good morning. This is Judge Alyssa Perez presiding over the 210th District Court criminal docket for April 21st, 2022. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all emergency orders and directives regarding COVID-19. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. I just want to make sure, Erica, that you're there.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Mr. Marufo, will you call our next case, please?
Bottom of page 7, Judge. Peregueros. In cause number 2021-0D01738, State of Texas versus Ivan Cruz Villarreal Peregueros. Announcement of counsel, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge Perez.
How are you, Mr. Macias?
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. I'm here for Ivan Cruz Olaf Pegueros Villarreal under cause number 2001-0D01738. Your Honor, he's usually available and we're usually able to get a hold of him, but for some reason my staff sent him a letter. It came back, called his phones. I was wondering if you would excuse his presence this time and let me search for him and bring him in. This will be a trial. It won't go for a while because he's on bond. And I've got jail cases backed up to I don't know where.
So what's the warrant? Odyssey reflects a warrant here. Marissa, is it for us or? I don't recall this gentleman. Let me see.
I'm checking, Judge.
Me too. Thank you. Oh no, it's a JP warrant, JP6. I think. So I'll give you until the is he on PR? Is he on PR bond at all? Let me see. Yeah, he's on PR bond. Let me check something. Oh, I see. They have him under a different name. Yeah, I didn't get a PR report for him this time, but back in March, he was still compliant. Mr. Macias, I don't have a problem. I'm assuming, Mr. Marufo, he didn't check in this week. That's what we're talking about here?
Correct, Judge.
Okay.
He didn't go.
Okay, so we don't have another setting until June 2nd. But I do have you down for trial on July 14th and 15th, Mr. Macias. So if what you're thinking, if you look at your schedule, let me know if you're not going to be available and file a motion for continuance. Okay, so because your client is out on bond, the warrant appears to be a JP traffic situation. But I'm going to require that he appear via Zoom on that June 2nd final judges conference. And
All right.
hopefully that's enough of a window to see if you can reestablish contact.
We'll go out and look for him, Your Honor, this weekend.
Okay,
I start a murder with Judge Moody on the 2nd of May. So I don't know when I'll be available again.
understood. Please keep us apprised of anything. If you find that, you're unable to locate him, as we get to that June 2nd date, if you'll shoot us an email, if you want to do that. If you locate him, then just remind him to be checking in here with us. And I will follow up with PR. Okay.
All right, Judge, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You all have a good day. Good
What's
to
the
see
rec?
you.
What's the rec in this case?
Your Honor, the rec is 5 years probated for 5 straight probation. In the last hearing, the defendant did reject the rec.
Okay. All righty. Sounds good. Thank you, Mr. Macias.
Thank you, Judge.
All righty. Who's next?
On page 9, Judge, Ruiz.
Got it, Myrna. Okay, go ahead.
In cause number 2021 0D0 0539, State of Texas versus Diana Ruiz. Announcement of council, please.
Joaquin for the state of Texas.
Sergio Coronado, Your Honor, for Diana Ruiz.
Good morning. Final judges conference. What's going on this one?
Judge, I think we have an agreement.
Oh, that's nice. That's some good news. All right.
Yes.
So we're not set. Well, we don't have have you circulated plea papers?
No, not yet. We just reached the final agreement this morning, Judge.
Okay, then Mr. Coronado, I'm just going to leave everything as is. Thank you for informing the court. Obviously, we're not coming back until May 17th. If you get us those plea papers sooner, we'll get you scheduled sooner. But if we don't see them, we'll see you on the 17th of May.
May 17th, Judge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's our final hearing plea deadline. So like I said, if you get her signed up quickly, we can get you scheduled as soon as, maybe not next week, but maybe the following week.
Okay, yeah, we'll try to do it quickly because I'm going to be really busy that week.
I imagine. Yeah, if you'll get us the plea papers, then we'll work with you on that. Generally, we do them at the police center, but yeah, however, as soon as you get us the plea papers, we'll take care of it.
Thank you, Judge.
Gracias. Take care.
All right, thank you, Ms. King.
Thank you, sir.
Y'all take care, be safe.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Who's next, Mr. Marufo?
On page 3,
Mhm.
Guillen Crystal with Mr. Hernandez.
Okay, go ahead.
In cause number 2022 0D0 0012, the State of Texas versus Crystal Lynn Guillen. Announcement of council, please.
Joaquin for the state of Texas.
Edward Hernandez on behalf of Crystal Lynn Guillen. We're ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Okay, and we are set for 2801 pretrial. What's going on, Mr. Hernandez?
Your Honor, a conflict has arisen between two of my
There it is.
clients.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, so I filed a motion to withdraw because I cannot continue with a duty of loyalty and confidentiality to both at the same time. Because the
Sure,
allegations are against each other.
I was just opening up, it said motion on Odyssey, and I do see that. Okay, she's in jail? Okay, this is what we're going to do. Myrna, if we could, no, we're not gonna do that. We are going to, and so she's aware, Mr. Hernandez, you've talked with
She
this.
is aware, Your Honor, and I explained
Okay.
to her that anything she told me I would not reveal, but I did tell her I had to withdraw.
Sure.
She's understanding of it, but I think just for procedural purposes, we should have a hearing on it, Your Honor.
Sure, okay. My concern is going to be that we are likely to be in trial. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's see, we're the 21st, the 26th. We're gonna go to May 3rd. So Myrna, what we'll do is bump up that status conference that's set for May 5th, and we'll put it for May 3rd at 3 p.m. That will be the status conference and the hearing on the motion to withdraw. And then let me see, do you know right now, Myrna, who's the next 5? I think we've got second degree.
I'll look it up real quick.
Okay, send me the email and that way we can get the new attorney to be there as well. I like to take advantage of that jail slot, so we have a little bit of smoother transition. Mr. Hernandez, thank you so much. Was there
Thank you.
anything else?
I have this is my crystals day, Your Honor. I have crystal and Edna as well.
Okay, let me see. Let me see if you can hold on. Does that one need to go on the record?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. We just filed, I noticed that 28 ones had not been filed yet, so I filed them yesterday. They should be appear, but I was recently got this case, so I don't know if there's anything else we'll have to file. We are waiting for a pre-file to get indicted and then we can proceed.
Okay, sounds good. So it sounds like you have future settings. Anything that you know right offhand you need a hearing on, please request it. If not, I guess we're probably looking more towards getting that other case. Is it a felony? Yes.
I believe so.
Okay, so we, deadlines are going to be flexible for now. So we get that other case. All right, thanks, Mr. Hernandez. Anyone else that you have?
That's it, Your Honor. Am I excused?
Sure are. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, who's next?
Judge, waiting for, place the call for Arditi and Rago and Ortiz. But in the meantime, we have Mr. Brett Stevens here on page 9.
Okay, is this for Adeline Moore? No?
For Mr. Smith, Edgar Ulises on page 9, bottom of page 9.
Well, I want to go. Good morning, Mr. Stevens. I do want to address Ms. Moore's cases after, let's see, Mr. Smith. Go ahead.
In cause number 2020-0D04117, State of Texas versus Edgar Ulises Oliva Smith. Announcement on council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Brent Stevens for Mr. Olivas.
All right, so we have a status hearing. What's going on here? We have a status and then another status and another status and another status. And
There
then
was
final.
Judge, a private attorney withdrew and we just received this case.
Mhm.
I've contacted the bondsman. I've sent letters and attempted to call my client, but so far I haven't been able to contact him. So I do not know if he called in on Monday or not.
Mr. Marufo?
No, he did. He didn't call. Let me check it.
I don't think he's on. Hold on one second. No, he's on the straight cash surety. Okay, so I think, is this the first time we have him? This is the first time we have him not showing up?
It is. This is the first hearing I've had with him, Judge.
So Marufo, we're gonna have to look back and possibly look back at I guess there was the final hearing plea deadline of March 15th. That, I don't know if that predated Mr. Stevens or not. Let me see, what other hearing have we had? We would have had, a slate of hearings before then. And just check and see if he's been reporting, and this is the first time he's not. Well, we've got a lot of hearings, so.
Judge, maybe if you could give me another 2 weeks, I could have my investigator track him down and make contact.
Let me see.
Your Honor, as of March 1st, I do have notes that the previous defense counsel was having a hard time to communicate with the defendant. However, he did check in that day.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you 1 week. Well, it's actually gonna be more than 1 week. So I'm gonna be, let's see, 4/28. It'll be May 3rd. So we'll do a status on May 3rd. Defendant is required to appear at the hearing date. So May 3rd at 10 a.m. That means remotely, Mr. Stevens. And so if he does not appear, then that's gonna be it.
And that's by Zoom, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. And so, yeah, we'll do that because we won't have a status until June. So I'm not going to wait that long. All righty. Thank you.
Sounds
And then
good.
for
Thank
that
you.
date, thanks, Mr. Stevens. Mr. Adolfo, yeah, maybe we need to look at that for the next hearing in case he doesn't or even if he does show. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Okay.
I also have Mr. Brent on Ms. Moore, page 11.
Okay, go ahead.
In cause number 2021-0D02854 and 2022-0D00150 and 2019-0D06837 and 2020-0D05067 and 2021-0D01487 State of Texas versus Atlin Leona Moore. Announcement of council, please.
Well, King for the state of Texas.
Brent Stevens for Ms. Moore.
Okay, and we're here probation statuses and 2801s. Have we gotten anywhere with a potential resolution on this case? On these cases? Sorry.
We have discussed it, Judge. We haven't come to an agreement. My client is willing to, the offer is 8 TDC.
Mhm.
And we just feel that is a little too high, but we haven't reached an agreement at this point.
Mm. Well, then we need to get moving on it. What do you have outstanding with respect to the new cases, Mr. Stevens? Anything that you need?
I don't think we need hearings at this time. We filed motions for trial and we're set for trial in July.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, if we don't have an agreement, then we can just go to trial on the new cases. It's 2 of them, right? 2 unauthorized use of vehicle, and then we can leave the probation cases outstanding. So,
Okay.
all righty.
Thank you, Judge.
All righty. Thank you.
I'll be up there at 10:30. I'm meeting with Miss Elizabeth Franco.
Oh, okay.
She was the one from Tuesday,
Okay.
so I'll be up there.
Okay. All right. See you in a bit. All right.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Bottom of page 10, Judge
Mhm.
Ayala.
Go ahead.
In cause number 2022-0D00050 and 2020-0D03281 and 2022-0D00152 and 2021-0D00763 State of Texas versus Fernando Ayala. Announcement of council, please.
Well, King for the state of Texas.
Good morning, Your Honor. Regina Arditi on behalf of Mr. Ayala.
Good morning, and we are scheduled for 2801. Let me see, 2801s on the 050 case, Rebels on 3281 and 0763, and then the other 2022 case also. Did you have motions filed for the newer cases, Mr. Diddy?
Your Honor, if I will be filing them, if you'll give me to the end of this today, and they will be filed. I am going to be speaking with Ms. King regarding the other cases, because on the revocations, the probation department had screened him for TAP, and they put him at the BHRTC, if I'm not mistaken, and he's getting treatment there. So I had wanted to discuss the other cases with Ms. King, because it's my understanding probation wanted to modify and keep him on probation and just him going into this program. And so I have not had an opportunity to speak to him at this RTC, Your Honor. But that's what he had wanted at the beginning. He wanted treatment because he knew that he had this problem, and he's very young, Your Honor. And he did assist in the investigations. He did do a lot to help in the burglary investigations with the police. He assisted them quite a bit. So I wanted to speak with Ms. King so that we can do something that would help him instead of just incarcerating him, and give him the treatment that he does need and let him be able to change his life, because I think he's at a point that he does want to change his life. Like I said, he's very, very young. And I know I will wait for Miss King's call. I've already given her my cell number, and that way we can take care of this if you will just maybe give us a week or 2 weeks, Your Honor.
Mhm.
We might be able to settle this.
He's not at BHRTC, right, Carla? He's
Morning, Your
been
Honor.
screened and approved to go.
That is correct, Your Honor. He has not been placed at BHRTC. There are no modifications. I wouldn't be able to do that until the new
The
cases have
cases.
been disposed of.
Yeah, so he's at the jail, right?
Okay,
Yes, Your
I
Honor.
have received something from the jail, and I don't have my notes up, Your Honor, but I did receive something from the jail saying that he had been placed in some type of treatment plan. Do you know, Carla, which one it is?
Rodriguez, Juan Antonio.
Check.
Carla, could you chat me your phone number so that I have it on the chat? And that way I can speak with you as to, my understanding is that you want to modify, keep him on probation and put him in a treatment plan. Is that correct?
That is what his probation officer is recommending, yes.
Okay, and I think that's a very good idea. And I know that previously when I've spoken to him, that's something that he was extremely interested in. So I misunderstood when I got that email from the jail. I thought he'd been put in some type of treatment plan, Your Honor. I will speak with him at the jail. And if I can speak with Ms. King, if she can call me at least this week, even on the weekends, you can call me, okay, Ms. King, it's not a problem. And I think that if you can give us a little bit more time, Your Honor, I think we can probably resolve this case.
So our next setting is actually May 19th. We are set for a status conference. Ultimately, what I'm thinking is that we are looking at BHRTC. If that's going to wrap everything up, then obviously let's do that. What I am going to do is set the status conference, Myrna, we're going to bump it up to May 17th. And that will be at 3 p.m. So that will be at our jail slot so that I make sure I speak with Mr. Ayala to confirm that he is ready to put in the work for BHRTC. Because if that's how we're going to wrap it up, I think we can probably do it that day. And if that means a plea, we also have him present. So Myrna, we'll just switch Mr. Ayala, all of his cases that were set for status conference on 5/19 to be May 17th at 3 p.m.
That is perfect. And if you'll give me a little bit of time, Your Honor, even though I believe that this case will be settled, I will be filing my motions by the end of the day.
Okay, if you need a hearing, please let us know before that date.
All righty, but I think that after I speak with Ms. King, I think hopefully we'll be able to resolve this, okay? Thank
right.
you, Judge, and it's
Thank you
nice
very
to
much.
see you and everyone else. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
You all
Who's
take
next?
care.
You too, bye-bye. Who's next, Mr. Marufo?
Towards the bottom of page 7, Judge,
Uh-huh.
with Mr. Rago.
Go ahead.
In cause number 2021-0D03120, State of Texas versus Angelo Jose Owens. Announcement of council, please.
Well, again, for the state of Texas.
Jeff Rago on behalf of Mr. Owens, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. Pretrial 2801s. Did you have any motions to file, Mr. Rago?
We do not, Your Honor, and we do have a rec. I've conveyed it to my client. I'm waiting for him to get back to me, and he has not yet. He's gone kind of silent. So,
Okay. Did he check in, Marufo? Owings?
I don't believe he did.
No, ma'am. He did not check in.
And I'm trying to find out about that, Judge. I sent that to my staff when I received the notice that he had not checked in. And I'm trying to find out what's going on to find out why he has not checked in and why he's not responding to us.
Right. It looks like he's on PR bond. Wow, that's a booking photo. Okay, hold on a second.
I apologize, Judge. He did check in, but on Tuesday at 3:40.
Okay, then he did get my message, so.
Okay. All right. Yeah, some failures to appear. All righty. So we have settings, Mr. Rago. So hopefully you don't lose contact with him again. All righty.
Exactly. Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Honor. Take care.
Who's next? Mr. Abelard? What's Mr. Abelard doing
Yeah,
here?
let's do it. Hi, hi.
What's up?
Hi, how are you? Are you, well, we're on YouTube.
Who are you here on?
Thank you, Madam Judge.
Early.
Yeah,
Page
Trudy,
7?
Trudy and Ayala.
Ah, okay.
And I think she's logged. Well, she's in the
Yeah,
room.
I'll bring her in.
And if you'll forgive her, Judge, she's in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what she's getting done. Yeah, I'm not sure what she's getting done, but
Okay.
I didn't ask her anything like that. And I know we're on YouTube, but
All right. So go ahead, Mr. Motorful.
In cause number 2022-0D01095, State of Texas versus Trudy Ann Ayala. Announcement of council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
and Daniel Avalar for Trudy Ayala. Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay, so we are set for a bond hearing. There's been a motion to modify the conditions of PR bond. Quickly, this is an abandoning, endangering, but appears that there is some alcohol monitor. Who put that on? Was it JMAC?
JMAC.
Okay, let me go into some documents here.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit of what's going on, Mr. Avalar.
Yeah, Judge. So this is going to be a two-part sort of argument, Your Honor. The first part is she does not have, as we speak, the unit yet. She does not mean to run afoul of the court's order. She went to Life Safer, and Life Safer set her appointment at 1 p.m. for April 18th. They asked for her info and all that. Then she's then notified by email on April 15th by a gentleman named Christian Ramirez from Life Safer that they have to reschedule because their shop was being closed that day.
Mm-hmm.
Then they set her up for this Tuesday or Wednesday, but she was having surgery. And so she's still in surgery, Judge. So she does not mean to intentionally run afoul of the order. She doesn't have it yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first part, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
The second part is why we're here to begin with. Judge, she stands accused. It's an endangerment case. It's not an abandonment. It's an endangerment. So it's a true state jail.
Mm-hmm.
And she's accused of she's a passenger in a vehicle, and she's accused of getting her baby from the back seat and running across the street on Zaragoza. That's going to be the whole prosecution among other details, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I am asking for the modification, Judge, is a couple of reasons. In the defense's view, it's not a true, I don't think this is what was meant by the bond conditions with regard to alcohol monitoring units. We typically see them in DWIs. I know bonds are getting stricter and stricter these days, but I feel that this is not one of those cases, Judge.
Mm-hmm.
The second, Judge, I think it would be better if she has, I think her baby's like 3 years old or something like that, Judge.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that money would be better put towards that.
So I guess here's my I'm looking at it while you're telling me, Mr. Avalar, but I'm trying to figure out why what the crux of the concern was for the monitor.
Yeah, so maybe I can answer that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that because her husband was indicted on a DWI with a child passenger,
Mm-hmm.
I think they said, look, let's make this parity. they wanted a pair. I don't know. I wasn't there in the,
All right.
she got arrested and they just,
Mhm.
and he's under conditions by statute.
Right. That's what I was looking at. I thought there was a related case, but it's for the, I don't know if you want to call him co-defendant, but he had a DWI with a child. I figure
Right.
from the same incident. But
Right.
I'm not seeing, looking at her PSR, I don't see any alcohol related previous
That's right.
arrests. Miss King, do you have any insight? Do you know why exactly? Because quite honestly, I haven't gotten to the complaint affidavit per se, but
Your Honor, the only thing I can see is that a witness stated that there was a strong odor of some sort of alcohol coming from the defendant.
are part of the conditions also that she not drink alcohol or illegal drugs? Let me go back to the bond order.
Bond order.
PR, no. PR.
What is true? May not use any illegal drugs or alcohol.
Right. Commit no new offenses, cannot use illegal drugs or alcohol.
And Your Honor, I believe some of the facts, I'm not sure why, but apparently, and I believe the video does catch it, that the defendant was holding her baby and the baby kind of slipped from her arms. So I'm not sure if that's what they.
Yeah, I think there is one.
Well, I
witness-
guess they don't want her drinking because I guess they figured when they were on the scene, they saw she was drinking, and that's why they're putting the monitor. Right? That's what it is. All right, Ms. King, you have any input on this? You opposed to the removing of the monitor?
Your Honor, I'm going to defer to the court. She doesn't have any history, criminal history. The baby it will be 3 years old this July. So that's.
Thank you.
And I'm correct, right? She doesn't have any alcohol-related offenses.
That's correct. And I believe the baby's going to be 4 years old.
I'm going to go ahead and grant the request to, does she already have the monitor?
No, and that was the first part of that argument, Judge. They were rescheduling, and they were actually on back order. That's why that was
Right.
the original.
Monitors have been quite an issue lately. And so, I'm not shy when it comes to ordering monitors, but I've had a lot of issues lately with defendants, probation, and I don't know what's going on in monitor world, but it's a problem. However, because of the nature and circumstances of the offense, she is still not to consume any alcohol or use any illegal drug, and she will be subject to testing. And so she'll just be subject to testing. So what that means for you, Ms. Ayala, is because I don't know what your situation is. I'm not asking you to tell me, I don't know if you have a drinking problem or not. And I haven't looked at this case that closely, other than to say that if I feel that there is the concern, I will be ordering PR to test you randomly and frequently. Okay. That's all I'm telling you. So, but that'll be granted, Mr. Avalar. So we'll remove that condition. I do expect Ms. Ayala is going to comply with all the other conditions to include reporting, and I'm sure you've instructed her about when she has court hearings here, how to report as well, okay?
She shall comply.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Are we excused?
I don't know, Mr. Avalar. I kind of want you to stay for a minute.
Well,
Ms. Ayala, you're good to go. All right, I see Mr. Solis, and I don't know if we have anybody else. Oh, but we do have an interpreter here for what?
For page 12, to address the interlocks, Mr. Rodriguez Enrique.
Okay, well, let's take care of that one because Ms. Solis, I think, isn't she one of our in-persons today too? Yeah. So let's.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. After this.
You can go.
Head
You can
report.
go. I thought we were almost done.
I'm excused, Your Honor.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, all right. I'll see you later.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, sorry, Ms. Solis. All right, let's get started on that one. Hi, Mr. Spuntes. Oh, I like
Hola.
your suit.
Buenos días. Gracias, buenos días.
I like your suit. Mhm.
Cambió el tiempo y yo también cambié.
I know, isn't that's like the Obama suit that he wore that caused all the ruckus, right? All right, let's get going because Miss Solis is busy.
In cause number 2018-0D0-2243, State of Texas versus Enrique Rodriguez. Announcement of council, please.
Roy King for the state of Texas.
Silly Solis, on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor, we're ready.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Is this the one for which we need the interpreter? If so, we need to
Yes,
put
Judge.
the function and who's our defendant?
Mr. Enrique Rodriguez, but I do not know which of the iPhones that are. I would need to bring him in.
All right. Well, that's not him.
No.
That's probably Gerardo Salas, no? Mr. Sala, well, he's not gonna be able to hear us. I'm back in the waiting.
Your Honor, he says he's in the waiting room. I don't see him.
Do you know what his device name is, Miss Solis?
Let me check this.
I believe that's him.
Is
Judge.
that him? iPad 3? Yes.
So
iPad 3, see?
All right. Let him connect and then if you'll set up the interpretation function.
Okay, yes, okay, gracias.
All right. Mr. Cifuentes? No? Mr. Cifuentes, did we lose him? Oh, we lost him.
no, he's there.
Miss Solis, I'll say this, if we're gonna have these the technical issues, oh no, there he is. I thought we lost him. I'm sorry, the box, I thought he was gone. Mr. Cifuentes, can he not hear you? No? Mm-hmm.
Apologize, as we had made arrangements for him to do this here in the office, but he called and said, I'm gonna go ahead and do it at home.
I don't know, and he can't hear you. I mean, he can't hear Mr. Cifuentes. I don't know. Yeah, we always, look, I'm, if you're good to go without your client being
Yeah.
connected, okay, then let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, sure.
Mr. Cifuentes, unless, I don't think anybody else needs an interpreter, right?
No, Judge.
That suit needs to go and do some more work. What, Erica? Were you gonna say something?
Well, he's unmuted now. Maybe he'll be able to.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Dile, habla tú.
Sí, sí. Soy Enrique Rodríguez.
No, we don't hear him.
I don't hear him, but
¿No me oyen?
Okay, we can hear him.
Okay.
Sí.
Háblame recio. Háblame
Sí,
recio.
soy Enrique Rodríguez. Está en la oficina de la...
¿Ella es tu abogada?
Le salió ahorita.
okay. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse Mr. Cifuentes, Miss Solis.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go ahead and turn off the interpretation function. Thank you, Mr. Cifuentes.
Thank you.
All right. Did we already have announcements? I'm gonna go ahead and remove him.
Yes, Judge.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Ms. Solis, you may proceed. I guess let's see, a motion hearing. Did we not have this back in October on regarding the interlock?
Yeah, sure. If I could just address that.
Sure.
We did have a hearing back October the 21st.
Uh-huh.
Your Honor did speak with the probation department and they indicated he had completed the classes. He's done his 10 days ACOP. However, due to the fact that he was not placed on the interlock till a little bit later, the court wanted to have another review hearing after 3 months to see how his progress was doing, Judge, and that's why we're here now.
Oh, okay, so it's
Under review.
Just
Yeah, sure.
status. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
Carla, I was, as Ms. Elise was talking, I was trying to look for a summary. I didn't see one right away. Do you all have a report on Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, Your Honor. Probation stated.
I'm sorry, Enrique Rodriguez, 2018 0D02243.
Yes. There's really not much detail, Judge. Just, I mean, the report just kind of goes back to what happened in 2020. We had a hearing in 2021. The reports were provided to the court. There's no indication of him driving as per probation. And there have been no violations with the in-home unit. He's been in compliance. He does test 4 times. And he has completed, like Ms. Solis mentioned, he has completed since 2019, the repeat offender class, victim impact panel, community service. The only thing he's missing, Judge, right now are the 10 ACOP days, but that's about it.
I thought Ms. Solis said he completed the ACOP. So maybe if we'll go look, if he's on track, unless I get something negative from probation, we're good to go. He terms next year, right, Ms. Solis?
He terms November 6th of 2023.
Okay, so I'm good to go. We don't need to come back on him as long as he's compliant. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. So
all right,
do we submit an order?
If we had not had one, yeah, before regarding the removal of the device, for sure. I mean, if we didn't have one previously, is that what you were referring to?
Oh, you should have one, Judge, then, but I'll just double check. I'll make sure.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll see you shortly.
Okay, take care. Thank you. All right, who's next?
Judge, I apologize, just really quick. You are approving the removal of the device?
No.
No,
No,
not.
no,
Okay.
no. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, Ms. Solis, I'm sorry if there's confusion. He's got to stay on the device. He has to stay on the device. I am not removing his device.
Oh, okay, Judge, I apologize. I thought it was being granted.
I know. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
Your Honor, since he's had no violations or anything, may I reapproach, because he has been on probation since 2018.
I know, but he's on for 5 years and he's on for
Sure.
a third. If I'm not mistaken, he had, it was technically his 4th arrest for a DWI. So the fact that he wasn't on a monitor before is not kind of, he can stay on the monitor until he terms. So no, not removing it.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much. Okay, who's next?
On page 12, Judge Gonzalez,
Okay,
in cause number 2016-0D04946, State of Texas versus Hector Gonzalez Jr. Announcement of council, please.
Robert King for the state of Texas.
Luis Islas appearing for Hector Gonzalez.
okay, is Mr. Gonzalez here?
Your Honor, I have not talked to Mr. Gonzalez. Last I knew, he was at BHRTC.
Oh, is this one that BHRTC? Well, I mean, we need to find out if they're in the waiting room. Do you know, Carla, do you have contact with anyone over there?
Your Honor, I was informed that they would be logging on. I'm not sure if he's on the waiting. If they're in the waiting room.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. And actually, no, Mr. Islas, if you'll give us a minute, because it could be that they're logged in and in the waiting room, but I think Mr. Darnell has a handful of cases or 2 hands full of cases. And so before I take a break.
I've only got one left, Judge.
Oh, okay, who is that?
Gerardo Salas.
And
My
Mr.
only client
Salas?
in your court with 1 case.
Okay, and so he is in the waiting room. Let's bring him in and then we'll be right back to you, Mr. Islas.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, calling cause number 2020-0D01901, State of Texas versus Gerardo Salas. May I have announcements, please?
Robert King for the state of Texas.
Jeep Darnell for Gerardo Salas. Your Honor, I say that I have already vouchered out on this case, on his case previously, but the court had told me if there was any other issues, I would be reappointed. So I'm happy to continue going if the court would like me to.
And Myrna, I'll ask if you'll just double check that Mr. Darnell is still on the case. I don't think because of the pandemic, Mr. Darnell, I don't think the way we were handling things with respect to vouchers, I don't think that cancels out the appointment per se.
Okay.
So the fact that you're here.
That's fine.
That's good. Because I'm trying to go back now into my emails. What was the issue with Mr. Salas? I know someone requested an admonishment.
Your Honor, my understanding is, again, and I have been in contact with his probation officer, but there was another incident where he was drinking. He wasn't driving, but he was drinking again. That appears to be some sort of coping mechanism that is a behavior that needs assistance. And so my understanding, the court wanted to admonish him on that, but in the interim, he's also been placed on a mobile breath analysis unit.
Okay, Carla, can you give me a little bit, or Ms. Chavez, sorry, are you on this one?
Yes, Your Honor, sorry, I was in another court. Yes, I had emailed the court to notify you that he did admit to drinking the last time that the court gave him permission to go to Ruidoso with his mom. And also we received a phone call about a possible harassment that's still in investigation, but that person did notify us that he continues to drink. Behavior gets out of control. He was saying that he was also suicidal. I did talk to Mr. Salas. He had an appointment with Ozark for services that Friday, but of course, he denied any alcohol use. We talked about why isn't he open and honest and with treatment. Then he did admit that he had been drinking that weekend and he drinks sporadically during the week. He agreed to go to UBH for treatment. He went and he was admitted for inpatient. And as of March 18th, he has been doing the UBH outpatient program. He did have, you did request the mobile device, which I thought he had an installation appointment for today at 3 because the devices were on back order. Mom did send me the confirmation email and he's supposed to go today at 3.
So, we're having some issues, and I know this is a difficult situation overall, but my concerns were, number one, not only was I concerned about Mr. Salas's behavior, but also the family and what seems to be a lack of understanding overall about, I hate to, call them enablers, but they're not helping the situation. I think in the past when he had requested travel, it had been with the family, things like that, but it doesn't sound like family has got a good understanding either. So I don't know that he's in the best environment to address his needs. And so I did ask, go ahead, Ms. Chavez.
I agree with you, Your Honor. The reason that we requested to allow him to travel with his family, because the family said that if they left him behind, he would be drinking, and that's why he got arrested. But it turns out that they allowed him to drink. They allow him to leave past curfew. They allow him to drink while they're on vacation. It's very concerning.
I'll be very straightforward, Mr. Darnell. I'm at BHRTC if we can get him screened. This is too soon considering all the effort that really everybody put in, to include your client, okay? Your client also has put forth the effort, but it seems like there are some gaps here, and he is in an environment that just lends itself easily to these situations where we end up having problems. The new case that got dismissed, the indicted case that got dismissed had to do with alcohol. All of these things, Mr. Salas, are on your shoulders. And it's what is filling in this picture a little bit more is that you're not in the right place. And what's going to end up happening is, sooner than not, we're here pretty quick. We couldn't have been here more than 30 days ago, when we had the dismissal, and we are already having several incidents. So no, I need him screened for BHRTC. I know he's in outpatient treatment right now. I am open to other recommendations, Ms. Chavez, if you have some, if probation has some other, but I have a feeling right now, family situation is not helping his ability to stay on track and comply with the conditions of probation. So,
Your Honor, may I interject one thing? Is there any way we could, knowing that, may we come back in 1 week? I would like to talk to Ms. Chavez and with Maggie, since it's quote unquote her place, and make sure that they're set up to deal with the unique issues we have here.
Okay.
And if they're not, figure out something. I agree, we need to make a change now. I just want to make sure we're not sending him someplace where they're going to say, we can't handle this.
Sure, let's do May 5th at 10 a.m. But I would like to have that, screening process started, because if at the end of the day, it turns out that is the right solution, we're not waiting.
Yes, Your Honor, the screening process has been started. I'm waiting for a response, and I was going to staff the case with the director there because of his IDD diagnosis to see if it was a good place. I can also look into possible foster home placements, kind of as a punishment where he'll be better supervised. But then again, I don't know if that'll cause any trauma to remove him from the home, but.
So yeah, I'm really looking for something that is I'm not sure I'm quite in putting it as punishment per se, is I want him in the right place to be able to have Mr. Salas comply with his conditions. I just don't think, now that we know, some of the family situation, I just don't think people are appreciating how something that may seem minor to either Mr. Salas and or his family, I think we run the risk of, he's going to end up not being able to comport his behavior while he's drinking, and then we're going to have a new case. And I don't want that, Mr. Salas. I don't want to see you rearrested, picked up for something when we are aware and can help you not go there. Okay. So yes, I'm open to any other type of living arrangement that also provides him the assistance and treatment that he needs. So we'll come back on what did I say, the 5th or the 12th? I don't remember.
The 5th.
Okay, so we'll do the 5th at 10 a.m. Mr. Salas will be required to appear. Thank you, Darnell for your continued efforts on this case.
You're cutting out, man.
Your Honor, you cut out at the very end.
10 or 11?
Thank you. Oh, I think I said 10. And then I thank Mr. Darnell for his continued efforts on this case. All right.
Not
And
a
with that,
problem.
Mr. Salas, speak with your attorney and work with probation, okay? I don't want you to fail on probation. Okay? All right, y'all are good to go. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Your
you,
Honor.
Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Chavez.
Ms. Chavez, will you give me a call when you have a minute?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Judge, on page 8, I have Mr. Solis here for Rodriguez.
Okay.
In cause number 2021-0D03011, State of Texas versus Juan Antonio Rodriguez. Announcement of council, please.
Joaquin for the state of Texas.
You're muted.
I'm muted. Eduardo Solis for Mr. Rodriguez.
Hi, Mr. Solis, your client's in custody. Are you okay waiving his presence for today's hearing? We're set for 2801s.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, so I'm trying to find your case here in Odyssey and it's taking me a minute.
I can apprise the court of the following, Your Honor. Pretty
Thank
shortly after the court appointed me, 3-4 weeks later, I received a motion to substitute from Teresa Caballero, and that's already been about a month ago. And so we thought we were out of the case, but they've advised that there's not an order yet signed approving the substitution.
So do we have that, Myrna? I don't recall if I received it. I will say this, Mr. Solis, we've been in some transition here over the past month or so. And
No,
so
I'm not complaining. I'm just advising. I'm not.
Okay. Well,
There's-
you're right.
there's- There's an entry of appearance listed on there, but the change hasn't been made. So I just needed your approval, I guess.
Okay, I don't think I received it. I don't recall receiving that. I think I would have. So, and then we have quite a few status conferences. So you're good to go with the motion to substitute. All right. Okay. And so that was filed on March 9th. And what is this? Hold on a second. Motion to reduce bond. Okay. So Myrna, I would ask you to double check and see if they forwarded to us. Okay, the motion to substitute is granted. I'll go ahead and sign off on that order. If somebody will send me the order, so I don't have to pluck it out of Odyssey. And then there also appears to be a motion to set bond or reduce bond. Myrna, I need you to double check and see if we've ever received those and if they've requested a hearing. If not, we need to get in touch with Ms. Caballero's office and ask if they sent it. Okay. And if you'll just forward the substitution documents, I'll sign off on those. Thank you, Mr. Solis. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a quick break.